Hello students, in this session I'll be covering Annamalai University Master of Business Administration first year subject organizational behavior. In this session I will be covering unit 5, that is lesson 17 to lesson 20. Lesson 17, management of change. Change is inevitable. Nothing is permanent except the change is what we are used to say. Okay, now meaning change refers to any alteration which occurs in all work environment of an organization. So wherever a change happens, there is a alteration inside the organization regarding the work environment. It may relate to change in technology, organizational structure, working processes, working environment, organizational policy, and even the roles people may play. Okay, so introduction of change is one part of an organization forces change in other part also. Now, organizational growth as a kind of change. When organization grow from the current position to another position, change happens. It's a change. Okay, so the solution to the problem brings about the change. Okay, to illustrate, he quotes an organization that desires to achieve growth. Initially, growth is achieved through creativity of founders who are usually entrepreneurial oriented, but that creates a problem of leadership. Okay, now importance. Change management is the approach to driving adoption and usage so that initiatives deliver expected results and outcomes. Thrive in an ever-changing world. Gone are the days of one large change every 36 months. But here, every month, every minute, every week, every day, changes happens. Organizations are facing faster, more complex, more interdependent, and more cross-functional change than ever before. Deliver the people-dependent portion of project rate of interest or return of interest, return of investment. Changes in organizations are undertaken to improve performance. Okay, so that is return on investment. Close the gap between requirements and results. All too often, organizational changes meet requirements without delivering expected results. They deliver the necessary outputs without delivering on expected outcomes. Increased likelihood of project success. The data is abundantly clear. The better we apply change management, the more likely we are to deliver on project objectives. Mitigate mission critical risk. Ignoring the people side of change creates risk. When the adoption and usage of a solution is ignored and the focus is exclusively on meeting technical requirements, the result is excessive risk and cost. Take the chance out of change. Change is difficult. To the degree that we want to remove the chance or variability associated with change. Treat employees right. How many times have you heard our employees are our most important asset? Then when it comes time for a change to be implemented, employees are sent an email on Monday for training on Tuesday, for go live on Wednesday. So it is said that it should not be done. Every change should be properly addressed well before it is going to be implemented so that employees can be trained properly for that change. Trained, mentored, coached, etc. Factors contributing organizational changes. External forces of change. External changes which cannot be implemented or made available to organization forces the organizational change. Internal forces of change. Once organization adapt to the external change, managers have to take appropriate step as far as internal systems are concerned. Change of process, modifications to human behavior, training and development of workforce based on new technology, and adopting new policies which are beneficial to the organization. These are the things covered in lesson 17, management of change. Now to lesson 18, change model. A change agent is a person from inside or outside the organization who helps an organization transform itself by focusing on such matters as organizational effectiveness, improvement and development. So the change agent can be an internal or external person who helps the organization to transform from the current situation or current position to a absolutely good and future position. Okay, that is what is aimed at change. A change agent usually focuses his efforts on the effect of changing technologies, structures and tasks on interpersonal and group relationships in the organization. Now, change process. There are various levels of change process. Stage 1 is unfreezing, stage 2 is changing through cognitive restructuring, and stage 3 is refreezing. Unfreezing, process of unfreezing makes individuals ready for change, unfreezing the all personnel of the organization. Okay, that is moving. Once unfreezing process is completed, moving takes place. The moving, that means moving from one situation to another, or the current situation to the future situation. Now, knowledge has to be changed. Knowledge, whatever current knowledge we have inside organization, should be changed to the future knowledge requirements. Attitudinal level, the current attitudinal level should be changed and adjusted and adapted to the future requirements. Group level change, the group has to be changed from the current situations to the future requirements. These are the things covered in lesson 18, change model. Now to lesson 19, steps in managing change. Okay, what are the steps? First step, develop new goals and objectives. New goals and objectives of the organization needs to be developed. Okay, select an agent for change. A person, internal or outside or from outside, a person needs to be called as change agent should be selected for this process. Diagnose the problem. You have to ascertain what the real problem is. If there is no problem, there should not be any solution. So first the problem should be diagnosed and found out. Select the methodology. Select the methodology for implementing the changes. Develop the plan for the organization to change from current situation to the future situation. Strategy for implementation. What should be the strategy? The organization needs to be planned, well organized and controlled and coordinated. What are the strategies for implementation of the new change requirements? Now to the implementation plan. Whatever they have planned for the strategy for implementation should be planned in proper way. Evaluation and feedback and implementation. Once implemented, the organization should get evaluation and feedback from the employees and the related areas. Now, there should not be any causes of change. Job security. The organization, the employees will fear about their job security. There should no lack of communication. The organization or the management should communicate properly with the employee so that the employee can be well informed about the changes going to happen and prepare for it. Rapidity and extent of change. The leader should properly communicate and make know how rapid the organization is going to change and to what extent the change happens. Group phenomenon. Individual on occasions resist change because group wants it that way. So there should not be any resistance from the part of the individual or the group. emotions, the emotions of the individuals or the group of persons available inside the organization in the form of employees needs to be considered, and it should not be ignored. Loss of power, downsizing of department or posting of an executive to different departments where there is a reduction of power base will be resisted. It's an usual and natural phenomenon. Technological changes are required for the growth of organization. People have now realized to be competitive. New practices needs to be implemented inside the organization for the growth and change requirements. These are the things covered in lesson 19. Now to lesson 20. Lesson 20 is organizational development. Okay, organizational transformation, organization development is a buzzword in successful and growth-oriented organizations. Information technology revolution and other technology adoption has made tremendous dent into structure, functioning, systems, process, and speed with which change takes place in the organization. Organizational development is a planned process of change. It's a planned process. Nothing happens automatically in an organization's culture through utilization of behavioral science technologies. Organizational development is a long-term effort led and supported by top management to improve an organization's visioning, empowerment, learning, and problem-solving processes through an ongoing collaborative management or culture or organization culture, with special emphasis on the culture of intact work teams and other team configurations, utilizing the consultant facilitator role and the theory and technology of applied behavioral science, including action research. So organization development is an overall development of the organization in terms of visioning, empowerment, learning, and problem solving processes inside the organization, so that the organization can grow from the current situation to a future planned level with the overall development of the organization. Features of organizational development. It's a long-term effort. Organization development must be initiated, led and supported by the top management, the board of directors. The management team should be the sponsor of management development, organization development. Organization development is a visioning process. So long-term visioning, vision creation is the base for organizational development. OD is an empowerment process. People should be, or delegation of authority should be empowered to the required individuals through organizational development. Learning process, it's a continuous learning process. The organization and the individuals or the employees of the organization should learn together and continuously implement the learned activities inside this organization, so that the organization shall develop. Organization development is a problem solving process. So in order to find out the current problems of the organization and try to find a solution or alternate solutions for the current issues is meant by organization development. An ideal culture is mandatory for organization development to be successful. So a good and environment, work environment and ideal culture among the people of the organization, especially teamwork, should be the main idea behind organization development. Team-based and applied science. Organization development resolved around teams, the work assigned to them, the process they adopt, and ultimately the output. Team is the central to organization. So team effort is of prime importance. Okay. Organization development is a long-term philosophy. It's a long-term effort based on collective commitment, vision, environment, problem solving, and employee welfare, where latest technology and organizational processes are used to create quality of work life, to achieve organizational effectiveness and transformation into a vibrant, competitive, and growth oriented learned organization. Features of quality of work. Quality of work is a concept involved to solve problems. Team building, training of employees, and understanding of no loss of job, training and development of employees, use of quality circles, organization of meetings, brainstorming sessions, job designing, skill training, autonomy of planning, evolving methods to promote responsiveness of workers, any other issue which promotes employee autonomy, problem solving, and improvement of work culture, etc. are the features of quality of work. Okay. These are the main things covered in lesson 20. And before we end, there is a topic called management of stress. So stress is a good thing, but excessive strength is harmful to both individual and organization. It's a common practice to evolve various stress reduction strategies in the organization. It's defined objective for self. So self-stress should be controlled. Plan your life. Social support. Seek social support. Physical fitness. There should be physical fitness, and so that healthy body and mind are stress resistance. Biofeedback. Biofeedback is the human ability to bring some of the bodily functions under voluntary control. Yoga. Try to learn yoga and practice it in day-to-day life. Meditation. Try to meditate at least few minutes in everyday life. Time management. Time management is a very crucial and important factor. Live a simple life rather than a complicated life. So these are the things covered in lesson 20, unit 5. Thank you very much. Happy learning.